What's up? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I'm a little tired. I taught today in the Black Wealth Academy, and we got together and did a free class actually, where we had about 1,000 people register for the class, and it was on how to start your own business. And so it shows me just how interested people are, especially Black people, in financial literacy and starting their own business. I couldn't help but notice something in the news today where there was a young kid who ran for president of the United States under the very glorious nickname Deez Nuts. And I laughed. I laughed my butt off when I saw it. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. And what I think is really funny about it is I think the kid made a successful effort to really make a mockery of our political system. I heard a lot of people say, you know what, I think I'll vote for Deez Nuts. And I don't know if I'd vote for him per se, but I can say he's probably the best candidate in the whole group. And I talked about this the other day during that Breakfast Club interview. They asked me twice. Charlemagne asked me two times about the elections and politics and what I think about the candidates, and I've just lost faith. I think that our political system is so broken, it's so screwed up, it's so backwards, it's so run by money. The Democrats and Republicans, they're a bunch of rich white people who went to the same schools. Even the black people are rich white people a lot of times in these political parties. They speak the same speak. Democrats show up and they get black people all riled up about voting rights. As the elections come up, watch how often the Democrats talk about voting rights. They always want to talk to you about your voting rights because they want you to come out and vote for them. That's why they're so concerned about you getting your voting rights, so you can keep them in office. But when you ask them to be equally disciplined and equally focused once they're in office, when it comes to mass incarceration, black unemployment, things like that, they ain't got time for that. In fact, you rarely hear politicians talk about black unemployment as the crisis that it is. With black, in fact, today in the Black Wealth Academy, when I did that free class, I asked the students in a poll. I said, "How many of you hate your job or are unemployed?" And I want to say almost 70%, 68% of the respondents said, half of them, 50% of them said, "I hate my job." 16% of them said, "I'm unemployed. I can't get a job." Now, think about that. So that means in this class of black people who were ambitious and intelligent enough to want to sit through an hour and a half long conversation about how to start a business. So these are not typical type people. These are hardworking people. These are focused people. These are people who want to better their lives. In that entire group, almost several hundred people. I think out of the almost 1,000 that registered, about half of them showed up. So we had almost 500 people. I think we had 500 and something people that came to the class today. Um, in that group of esteemed black people who really want to do better for themselves, 16% of them could not get a job, and the other half, the 50% of them, hate their jobs. That really just says something about where black people are in terms of dealing with unemployment. Either you ain't got a job, or you are feeling oppressed by the job that you have, and it just burns me up to no end that these politicians don't give a damn about black unemployment. They won't even talk about black unemployment. Even Obama, God bless him, but he didn't talk about black unemployment. He talked about everybody's unemployment, but everybody's unemployment ain't black unemployment. But white people's unemployment is about 4%. Black people are dealing with double digit unemployment rates all the time. If white people had black unemployment for 1 week, they'd be trying to burn down the White House. They would be marching in the streets. They'd be trying to get people impeached. They'd be demanding answers. They'd be jumping on their politicians. But when black people speak up about black unemployment, "Oh, you just hating on Obama. You just trying to blame the politicians for everything. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Why don't you learn how to..." Man, get out of my face with that crap. That's silly to me. That's ridiculous to me. If white people have, and this is part of the double standard that it really gets analyzed really well in Dr. Claude Anderson's book, Black Labor, White Wealth. He talks about that. He talks about how the black unemployment issue or black economic suffering and various forms of black suffering are always framed as some sort of personal failing amongst black people, but white people's suffering is framed as an issue that politicians have to get involved with, that politicians have to address. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm sitting around waiting for a politician to save us. I know how racist the government is, but at the same time, I ain't getting all excited about Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama or Deez Nuts or any. In fact, like I said, the only candidate that excites me right now is Deez Nuts. Barack Obama, don't really care that much. Hillary Clinton, don't I care even less. Donald Trump and the Republicans. I mean, come on now. So, long story short, that's all I'm going to say is I think it's absolutely hilarious that Deez Nuts is running for office. He would be just as serious as any candidate in here. In fact, I read that he was actually thinking about choosing his running mate to be to be a cat out of Kentucky. There's a cat there that's running. I'm sorry, I'm just cracking up. There's a cat that's running for the Democratic nomination out of Kentucky, and I don't remember the name of the cat. I think it's like Limberbutt McStuffins or some crap like that. So he said that he was going to get the cat to be his running mate. You know what? If that's not a winning political ticket, I don't know what is. I might even donate a couple of dollars to their crowdfund campaign. Anyway, let me know what you think. Let me tell me what you think about this political system. Where you think any hope, if any, lies for Black people. Personally, the thing I advocate most for is what liberated me as a Black man, which was learning economic independence, learning how to make my own money, learning how to start my own business. That's been the most effective, most winning strategy I've applied in my life at any point. That's why I say every Black person in America should teach their children how to run a business, or put them in a class where they can learn how to run a business. Tell your children that they don't have to have a boss if they don't want to. Make sure that you pick up skill and not just these academic certifications that cost you a lot of money. Make sure you have something that's going to let you be free. Because if we can be free as individuals, then eventually we can be free as a community. And that's really where it's at. All right, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins. Take care. Feel free to visit us at the Black Wealth Boot Camp or the Black Wealth Academy. The Black Wealth Academy has a lower monthly price, so it fits into people's budgets a little bit better. But basically, it's just me talking about money all the time. It's how we teach and how I talk to you back and forth. So anyway, take care. God bless. I am gone. And good luck to Godspeed to the presidential candidate, Deez Nuts. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.